Hey there, everybody. It's Joe the Monk. Great to see you all. Glad you all could make it here. Hey, you're probably wondering what this is all about. I'm responding to the responses I got on my last post. That was a pilgrimage to the soul. Kind of dramatic, but that's what it was, and I got some good responses, and I wanted to answer those back. So you can look on here on the blog and read them, but let me just rehash some of them. Number one is Ursula, a friend of mine from Hanoi, and she says, complete honesty like this comes when we begin to see the illusion, what we see as reality, for what it really is. I'm eager to read your next installment as Almost Teacher Joe. Thanks, Urs. It's on its way. Next one comes from Zachariah Bartlett, a young man who is a sometime practitioner here at the temple. And what a great name, right? Zachariah Bartlett sounds like a theme of an old Western movie, The Life and Times of Zachariah Bartlett. Keep coming back, Zach, but here's what he says. Hello, Joe the White Monk. Had no idea when I logged onto the website I'd be embarking down such a deeply personal journey with you. Don't have much to offer in the way of feedback except to say that you're a graphically descriptive writer. Thank you. The kind that evokes powerful emotions in the reader. I'll be exploring your site at length in the near future. Thanks, Zach. Look forward to having you back. Steve O'Rourke. I'll just summarize his. Steve says he doesn't read many blogs. I think that, he thinks there's a lot of crap. This one, I must admit, I did enjoy. Brought back lots of Asian memories for me and found it entertaining. I find it challenging to keep up with you and your this is your life attitude. Anyway, he says he looks forward to more. Thank you, Steve O'Rourke, an old buddy from Asia. Key Mack. She's from one of the cancer support groups I go to, and she says chaos often seems to be the path to calm eventually. Clearly you are on your way. It's that expiration date on our ass that gets all of our attention. You're a gentle man, Joe, and I'm glad you're in my life. Well, I'm glad you're in mine. Finally, Brian Boyle, friend of mine from New Jersey. And he says this, Pink, they used to call me Pinky back in New Jersey. While you write very well, I think you're trying to practice what you wanted to do as a young man, you're contemplating your navel. Brian gets a little judgmental sometimes. Listen to yourself in your video. You don't have much time left. He's referring to the fact that I've got a terminal illness. You probably all know that already. Doesn't affect my life that much. Why are you regurgitating the past? We'll talk about that in a minute. It makes for such a good read, I must admit. I did learn a few things about you of which I was not aware, but you should be looking at the here and now, and where you want to go, being in your new reality, he says. It is a kind of new reality, and I don't know, I talk about the past and regurgitate it, I don't know. Gazing at my navel, yes. Let me explain a couple things about the past, It's, what else have I got to talk about, right? I'm not a novelist, I don't create fiction, so I'm writing sort of a memoir and a chronicle of my, my past life for my son, for others. I said that in the last video. I also said that if it doesn't work for you, don't read it. It's really okay. But if you're going to come back, great. I appreciate that. While we're at it, let's explain what's behind me here, this little altar-looking thing. It is for me, it's a form of meditation. You see what I got here? I got 20 pounds of sand in a 5-pound bucket. I sift it through a very fine sieve. See, I got this thing here, right? Sieve, spoon, nice. There, get a close look, see? I put a little bit on a day, and little by little that'll grow, and you'll be able to see it. You'll see how it grows. But when I pick up a spoonful of this sand, smell it. What you get immediately is a whiff of the surf, the ocean. You can hear the waves crashing, you can hear the seagulls crying, and for me it evokes all kinds of memories, and that's what the past is about. It's about fond memories. It's not about a pathological longing for a past time. I leave that up to other writers who are much better at it than I am. And I want to show you, share with you a bit. It's in the post and you can read this, but here's a guy that really regurgitates the past with, with great style. His name is Marcel Proust. You can see the photo here. Let me get a close-up of him. Yeah, a bit of a French dandy. Marcel Proust wrote this personal memoir called À la recherche du temps perdu in French, but it means remembrance of things past. Anyway, I posted the an excerpt of it, and I'm just going to read the first couple of paragraphs here for your enjoyment and to show you how the past can be regurgitated with wonderful style and art. Here we go. I feel that there is much to be said for the Celtic belief that the souls of those whom we have lost are held captive in some inferior being, in an animal, in a plant, in some inanimate object, and so effectively lost to us until the day, which to many never comes, when we happen to pass by the tree or to obtain possession of the object which forms their prison. They start and tremble, they call us by our name, and as soon as we have recognized their voice, the spell is broken. We have delivered them. They have overcome death and returned to share our life. Okay, one more paragraph. And so it is with our past. It is a labor in vain to attempt to recapture it. Even he says it's kind of hard to recapture the past. All the efforts of our intellect must prove futile. The past is hidden somewhere outside the realm, beyond the reach of intellect, in some material object, in the sensation which that material object will give us, which we do not suspect. And as for that object, it depends on chance whether we come upon it for ourselves or not, or whether we come upon it or not before we ourselves must die. Anyway, long story short, this French dandy, Marcel Proust, bites into a little tea cake called a Petite Madeleine. Brings back all these great memories. Read the post, okay? And Brian, yes, to answer your assertion that I'm navel-gazing, probably, am I a little bit narcissistic? Probably. What the hell else have I got to write about, man? You know. So anyway, come back if you like it. And as far as the charge that I don't have much time left, check this stuff out. Yes, it's called Zytiga. I don't know if you can see the label. New medicine. Google it and you'll find out. Prolongs life for people in my situation. So yeah, I'm going to continue to navel gaze. I will continue to regurgitate some of the past, but enjoy Proust, because if his writing is regurgitating the past, then I'll listen to him gag and retch all day. He's an artist and does it really well. So, thank you for joining me, Joe the Monk. See you again soon.